doing here? What are we doing here?
Banging the box. Oh, we should talk.
This is video.
Telling us all about Frank Sinatra.
In the future. We got one of the best. The box is taller than us now. We were always bigger than the box. Now the box is bigger than us.
Who are we talking to, Alicia? Who are we talking to here?
We're talking to Sal with Firestone Financial. And
How do you not know me?
do you know Sal?
I do.
Sal, I don't even know your last name. I just know you as Sal.
Smith.
No, it's an Italian last name, I think. Okay. It's hard enough for me to remember the names of the companies and everything. See, he's just Sal. I can tell you what he had for dinner the other night, but I might not be able to tell you his last name.
I'm not sure she can tell you what I have.
I can tell you what a terrific sales guy is now, but that's all the different trade shows, amusements, vending, and boat vending, and how hard he works. That I can tell you.
I do work very hard.
So maybe he's the voice of Firestone.
Are you the voice of Firestone? Is he? Should we ask David Cohen or?
I like to consider myself the face of Firestone. Check the ads. I'm the
Well, I think they stopped those ads a while ago.
David Cohen. Firestone.
Former honoree. Former man of the year.
That's it. And it was honoree on his birthday. That was yesterday.
That's right.
Thank you. Why don't you take Early morning, eat, drink all day. That's it. Right, Danny?
So your term of man of the year is winding down.
I have to relinquish my crown. It's been a heavy burden to carry all this time, but you got to give it up. You know, just like there are presidents that should step aside and let new people come in. You know, hey, that's what has to happen.
It's the natural evolution.
That's right. That's right. It's natural. It's only natural.
It's only natural. All good things must come to an end, Dan.
The fleeting moment. Fleeting moment.
That was great.
Jeff Krinsky, right?
I know Jeff Krinsky.
And we have Mike Mays, right? And
Mark Clipper.
and
Joe Ross.
well, good to see you guys.
The Foles, I know the Foles. They're the biggest people in the gumball business. They had more Pac-Mans in the Philippines than anybody in the country.
So here we are with John Schultz, the head of AAMA and one of the icons of the electronic game and amusement industry, Roger Foles. Roger, how old are you now?
84.
84, and how many years were you in amusements, right?
60 years.
That's all? Just 60? Uh-huh.
I don't want to get some recording. I got it. It doesn't come back. It doesn't come back.
This is Bob Parker. Clap your hands for one trip to the Price is Right.
It's a new car.
This is John Holcomb, long-standing or you the oldest Wes and then John.
I like the Price is Right.
from New Orleans. Really? From the Gulf of Mexico. Don't you taste the oil? Huh?
We're gonna have crawfish oil.
Are we survivors?
We live.
Huh?
We live.
Another year.
Kenny lives.
Get this guy over there. Howard, get in there. Get in there. There's the three survivors.
He's up to date.
We're taking a picture. Hold on. There we go.
The three survivors. Huh?
We made it another year.
Understand and make sure that AMOA understands is that a lot of things, a lot of the issues that we face nationally starts here in New York. This is the epicenter to a lot of the issues that we face nationally, and we understand that, and I hope that we can grow on our relationship with AMOA New York. I think that we've come a long way this year. Ken and Danny can attest that we definitely have gotten a lot of contact between each other, and appreciate everybody here for coming here tonight.
Donovan, thank you. The relationship with AMOA National has never been better, and we hope it continues. You've done a great job, really. We appreciate it here in New York. Hello, everybody, and welcome back again. We know everybody's hurting. We know it's all been one of the most challenging years for business overall, especially for small business. So when AMOA New York has called upon you to explain why we need money, to explain how we need support for projects and events like this dinner, it is earmarked for activities and strategies which are going to bring about improvements and benefits to you and anyone who earns their livelihood in this sector. And our funds often go to defend and guard against those political forces or competitive threats which want to destroy your business or diminish your equity or take away your income. So when AMOA New York calls for your assistance, it isn't just who has had a hard, difficult time. Remember, it is all of us who have had a hard, difficult time. Which brings me to say a few words about why we are here tonight in a tribute to music observing more than a century of the jukebox. A number of us are second-generation members of this industry. In my case, my father always taught me respect for the jukebox. It was sacred. He always had a reverence about what this device could do, the income it produced, for the operators as an entertainment medium, and the potential it always held through decades and generations. And I think about the corporate brand names like Rowe, Wurlitzer, Seaberg, Rockola. Those names have passed on like most of the past generation of operators. They have been replaced, and the jukebox has been elevated to the music content providers with names like eCast, AMI Entertainment, and TouchTunes.
Seems like a blink. Some of you guys have been in this industry 15, 20, 30 years. I've been here almost 10 years. In some industries, that's a long time. But in this industry, it's a blink. Talk about companies like AMI that have been around 100 years. eCast has been around since 1999. So we're relatively newbies to this company, to this industry. But it's still just amazing to look around.
Thanks very much for your help.
Thank you. Awesome plaque. Next one.
In recognition of its leadership in music, technology, and business to benefit the economic development of the jukebox and its operators as a strong, viable industry sector of New York. Mike Bates, Chief Executive Officer at AMI Entertainment. Thank you.
I mean, a really young fella, a jukebox being not just a source of music, but a kind of a place around which we gathered to hear a warm, monophonic sound with a lovely bass that was round and full and gave us a much better kind of throbbing in the environment than you'll hear in most gathering places today. So I remember the first time I heard Lemon Tree, Peter, Paul and Mary's song, on a jukebox. It was thrilling. And I remember it was 1962 tradition of creating a place of warmth and friendliness because of the way you introduced music to the American public. It was part of my history, and I was proud. I was also proud to hear music when it was first broadcast, Peter, Paul and Mary's songs, when we were marching with Martin Luther King, and those songs came over the radio and were played on the jukebox. And music had a great and important place in people's lives, not just as education, but as a way for us to say we are family, we care about each other. And I hope that your continued commitment to bringing music to the American public will be as vital as it was then, notwithstanding the technology that can become, what should I say, a little oppressive from time to time. The substance of the music still binds us together. So thank you for all you do. Be courageous in the face of change. I've heard you discussing it. Know that I'm an advocate, a fan, and a friend, and that you guys mean a lot to those of us.
Well, Peter, we'd like to present this to you, honoring Peter Yarrow of Peter, Paul and Mary, one of the finest recording artists and musical entertainment groups of all time. The Amusement and Music Association of New York is proudly to recognize Peter, Paul and Mary as its 2012 Jukebox Artist of the Year. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. This is very heavy. This is very substantial.
I got it.
I will enjoy it. Thank you so much. Some of you I can see are looking at me and saying, that's not Peter Yarrow.
It's not! It's not!
That's what happened. Actually, I'm not Peter Yarrow, but I am his assistant, and I do stand in for him.
You better look at that bitch Miller, I want you to know it.
Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the jukeboxes, well known to you and me. Little Jackie Paper, he loved that rascal Puff. Brought him strings and sealing wax and other fancy stuff. Everybody said, Puff, Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Oh, Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Together they would travel on a boat with billowed sail. Jackie kept a lookout perched on Puff's gigantic tail. Noble kings and princes would bow whenever they came. Pirate ships would lower their flags when Puff roared out his name. Everybody now, Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Oh, Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea dragon lives forever, but not so little girls and boys. Painted wings and giant's rings make way for other toys. One grey night it happened, Jackie Paper came no more, and Puff, that mighty dragon, he ceased his fearless roar. His head was bent in sorrow, green scales fell like rain. Puff no longer went to play along the cherry lane without his lifelong friend. Puff could not be brave, so Puff, that mighty dragon, sadly slipped into his cave.